It is time. Remember.
One. Hello, my favorite weeb friends in YouTube. I know it's been a long time. I think we haven't posted since May, but as you know, the world out there, it's crazy. And in our professional lives, we were a little challenged by these pandemia, so we were a little busy. We couldn't get together, and we are little by little going back to normal. It's not yet to 100%, but we're here. So I just wanted to let you know what I've been watching this summer. So this summer has been a very interesting mix of animes. We've seen famous manhwas getting their own anime as the god of high school. I honestly watched a few of the episodes and it was great. Animation is beautiful. I think that Crunchyroll did an amazing job with it. And if they're gonna keep bringing manhwas into the anime world, I'm all about it. So let me tell you a little bit about the God of High School. It is supposed to be going on through a high school tournament to find the best fighters. The prize, anything you want, any desire that your heart has, they can make it real. The problem is that the main character starts to find out that there are some very sneaky and weird things going on behind scenes. So I did watch it. I think I will give it a 5 stars. It was great. If you're like into shonen, this is your shit. So I will say yes, go ahead and give it a try. Another one that everybody has been talking about and it's been waiting for so long is the second season of Re:Zero. Here's a little bit of an explanation for those who haven't watched the first season. Subaru is a high school dropout who has been summoned into a magical world. The problem is he has no weapons and no powers, which makes him very fragile and very prone to death. This is what makes him very particular. Every time he dies, he goes back to the time when he died to redo what he did wrong and correct his actions so he doesn't die again. It was released a few years ago, and you might not remember where things were when it ended, so I'll probably recommend you to watch about 3 or 4 episodes of the end of the first season, and then you kind of realize where you are on second season because it just takes it right out. I know that Re:Zero is one of those series that you really cannot watch in the background. You really have to sit down and understand what's going on because timelines change and you gotta really pay attention, but I really recommend it. And a lot of things start making sense. It's one of those series that you will be obsessed about, so I would totally recommend it. Now let's talk about what the hell's going on with Japan this summer. It's been releasing this kind of animes that all of them sound like they are a shmentai. Well, what am I talking about? Let's talk about Rent a Girlfriend. Let's talk about Peter Greer. Let's talk about uzaki-chan. Let's talk about, I don't know, Sentai Heroes. So the first one I'm going to talk about is Rent a Girlfriend. And I gotta say that is my favorite harem of the entire season. And I think that it has become a meme. I mean, in the waifu wars have started with this, and I gotta say that also this series has given us someone to hate during this season, because you know that ex-girlfriend has become the meme of the crazy ex-girlfriend. So let's talk about what the series is about. So like the name says, it's about a girl who works as a girlfriend for rent. I know you would think that these things don't happen, but little you know that in Japan you can rent a boyfriend, a girlfriend, a mom, a sister, or just someone to cuddle with. Yes, that is a business in Japan. So the story about this is like this guy rents this girlfriend because he has been dumped by his previous girlfriend. Turns out that he starts falling for this girl because this girl's helping him to fix so many of his life problems. So we follow him and we follow the crazy ex-girlfriend that now seems to be very interested in him since he has a girlfriend now. I know, we all know that kind of women. So I would say that the circumstances that go around this series are very steamy and very interesting, and I would say that the design for the waifus is incredible. I love it. It was released in July 11 and you can see it on Crunchyroll, but it is one of my best recommendations for this season. The other one I was talking about is Uzaki-chan Wants to Hang Out. You can see it on Funimation, and you can also see it on Prime, but for some reason Prime wanted to make me pay for episode 3, so I just started watching it on Funimation. Now, Uzaki-chan is one of those series that you gotta have a taste for that kind of thing. And her face is such a meme now because the expression. Now, I mean, it is fun, but it's also one of those series like you were just teasing the guy and you are like, oh my god, this woman is so annoying. But because she's annoying, it's fun. It's fun to see his reaction to how annoying she can be. So I would say if you can like it, if you can stand the first 2 episodes, I think you're gonna like it. It gets better. You get to know their character. You get to love her a little more. So I guess just give it a chance for a couple episodes. It's funny. And just go ahead and see what it's all the memes about. Now, another one on this subject too that could really fit on a die is Peter Greer and the Philosopher's Time. I don't know what the Philosopher's Time is about, but let me explain you why this one is another one spicy. So Peter Greer is this strong champion that has won so many tournaments, and that also brings with that fame. Well, all the monster races want his genes. What it means is like he'll have a lot of monster girls going after him, and I mean, what I gotta say is at least this guy get it done. Not like other characters in other series where they just tease you, but this one gets it done on the first episode. Now, this series doesn't really have a grade score. If you go and look it up in my anime list, it only has like a 5.3. I understand. I don't watch it to be interesting. The story is nothing out of this world. It's just the circumstances that this guy gets into with all these women trying to get on his crotch. So if you want a little bit of comedy and a little bit of ecchi and you know that's your kind of sauce that you like, go ahead and try it. It's one of my guilty pleasures. Trust me, I don't go for the story. finally, another one that I tried this season that it's kind of on that realm too is the Monster Girl Doctor. The first episode, like in the first few minutes, it gets steamy. But you kind of see that this is another harem. All the monster girls trying to get the doctor, especially the snake girl who is very jealous.
No, I'm quite all right. I mean, it isn't as if I'm bothered even a bit by you being all alone with the married woman while you're touching her body and making her moan and groan.
I'm sorry. I was focused on the exam.
No, it's fine. The way you tune everything else out during exams is one of your strongest qualities as a doctor.
But I kind of identify with her because don't touch my man. Anyway. Now, this is another series that you just watch it because it's etchy. You just watch it because it's fun. And it's just like not really deep. Their score in Animalist is like 5.9. A little. Finally, the other one that it's on this subject of the almost dies is, how do I say this without being demonetized? Superheroes. Yes. Well, how do I explain this? Because not even I understand well the premise. Apparently, some aliens come to Earth and steal the sensual emotions from humans, and they feed on it. So they make them bland and made them uninterested. So this group of teenagers get together and use the energy of being horny to eliminate aliens. I mean, this really sounds like a Shintai, doesn't it? I mean, well, they end up fighting totally naked. You know, we do hate that ray of sunshine that doesn't let us see it more. Anyway, so this one is not very deep. It's another one of those etches that you just look at because the camera angles and the fan service. And its rate was like 5.6 in Animalist. So yeah, it's one of those guilty pleasures. That's my main. You can watch it in the background if you want to. You can find it in Funimation. Now, talking about other animes that are not so edgy but still harem is The Misfits of a Demon King Academy. It's based on a light novel, and like you would expect of a character from a light novel, is way overpowered, and the levels of power are just so screwed up. I mean, the guy can spin castles, the guy can create cities, the guy can kill you, rebirth, kill you again, rebirth, and kill you again. So I mean, the funniest thing that I watched of this series was when he was reincarnated, and when he was born as a baby, he could say his entire name to his parents, and his parents were like... So, I mean, it is a funny series, but it's one of those series that you don't really have to think too much about it, but still very interesting. There is some mystery about what's going on in the background of the school, and it's not just like a school drama, but it starts to become a very like historical, political, between demons and other creatures. So it has a little bit of everything, so I really recommend it. It has like a 7.4 on my anime list, so go ahead, just give it a try. Another anime that I tried during this season was Gibeat. I'm not sure how to pronounce this, but I gotta say that you can see how short of budget they were with this series. I mean, the monsters are so basic. The monsters really seem like they do not fit the environment. I mean, the CGI is terrible, the animation is terrible sometimes, and I think that even the story and the characters move very slowly and not really on pace. It was interesting the first few episodes, but then it starts to get boring and repetitive about you gotta kill the monsters. If they scratch you, you're gonna convert into another monster. It's pretty much like zombie apocalypse premise. And you know how those can be frustrated if they're not done well. I mean, you can get frustrated with the characters' decisions, and honestly, the monsters, and it's just not so good. I mean, if you want to give it a try, it's an action-packed, it's apocalypse, if that's what you like. It had a score of 4.12 in my anime list. I see why they will get that, because the animation tends to get a little rough from time to time, but the story might be intriguing for those who enjoy apocalypse stories. And that's it what I've been watching during this season about anime. I haven't really watched much because this season was a little short. A lot of the animes that were supposed to come out during this season, unfortunately, they couldn't. You know, with the COVID, a lot of people had to work from home, and a lot of the stuff that you gotta do for a series cannot be done from home. But hopefully this next season is gonna be better, and just try to stay home as much as you can. I know that this is gonna be over soon, but you can still be a weeb at home. Read your mangas, watch anime, and I'll see you next time.